Welcome back to another episode of Unscripted, the go-to podcast for those flipping the script and taking the unexpected path. I'm your host, Jessica Bergio, holistic life and business coach, author, speaker, and self-proclaimed high-energy hype girl. Each week, I'm bringing you inside. No gatekeeping here. I'll touch on proven holistic business strategies, powerful mindset shifts that have led my clients through massive transformations, and no BS conversation with industry leaders designed to help you get out of your own way to actively pursue a life of purpose. If you're ready to ditch the limitations at the door, hit follow and get ready to be activated to step boldly towards your big goals. Now let's dive in. Oh, it's been a hot minute. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Unscripted, the podcast. Yes, it's your girl, Jess. I am here. And yeah, I know it's been a minute. And before you even ask, yes, it's been intentional, like super intentional. Okay. I did not ghost you. I did not spiral. I mean, maybe for a second there was a little spiraling, but I also didn't quit and run off to Bali, even though Bali sounds like a really good idea right now. I did just get back from Cabo. I did have a little bit of space to think about some things that have happened over the last couple of weeks, months even. But I really pressed pause with full intention because I needed to take a break. I needed to breathe and honestly kind of look at myself, where I was currently at and how I was playing small a little bit, yes, where I was hiding in parts of my business and even on social media, even on the podcast, and where I'm doing that with, the parts of me that tell myself I'm reorganizing my life when really I'm procrastinating being seen, because I'm just like you. I get it. So yeah, the thing about doing what you teach is I'm human too. Right? We're all imperfect and we all have seasons where different things take us out, different things affect us differently, and you never really know how you're going to handle something until you're in the throes of it. But I know I'm not the only one who has felt like this recently, because this is that time of the year where, girl, like, this is the season where so many of us want to shrink and hide or pretend like it's okay to take a cute pause or rest or a reset or whatever that might look like for you. And I'm not shaming that on you, right? But sometimes we want to wait to the beginning of the year to create this new vision, to start to take some action. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes that is, what might work. But let's just all be adults here for a minute. Can we just take like a moment and call it what it really is? You're just kind of hiding. And a lot of us duck out of things quietly so that we don't have to really feel the discomfort of visibility, because sometimes we think we want something and we're ready for it, but we convince ourselves that we're not quite ready. So we're going to step back a little bit so we can, quote unquote, get ready or get more ready. But what we're really doing is just avoiding the shit that could be getting us the reps, getting us the actual consistent visibility that might not be perfect right now, but it's putting you out there. And this isn't to throw shade at anybody right now, but like I said, I'm human. I do this too. And the difference right now in this moment is I actually caught myself. And instead of just like floating into 2026, half asleep, pretending like I was taking a rest, waking up confused in January with no clarity, I'm literally choosing to sit up, take back the wheel, figuratively and hypothetically, and talk about it. Because I feel like there are so many times where I have so much to say that it overwhelms me to the point where I'm like, I can't say that, because what will people think? That comes out too harsh. You have too much of a tone. The world's not ready for Jess. But I'm like, how old are you going to be when you finally feel ready to share who you are and what you're here to actually create in the world, which is a lane for other women to feel seen, heard, understood, appreciated, right? The part of us that likes to pause is the part of us that starts to get going and then gets scared, right? Fear is like such a block for so many people. And I think that's what happened for me. And I shared a little bit of it on Instagram here and there on one random drive home from LA after speaking. But in case you missed it, I invested a lot of money into a branding company, and a big one. And they were really impressive, promises for days, all of the things they were going to do, all of the ways they were going to help me expand, how much they were going to help leverage me through their social media platforms, proximity, everything you could think of. Now, the thing I fucked up on is most of those things that were quote unquote promised were not in the contract. So what I actually got was not the transformation I was sold, not even close to the depth, not the partnership, and 100% not the magic that was fed to me. I got some fucking templates that my VA has been creating for me for 5, 6, 7, 8 years now. I got completely misread you energy. I got what so many of you have gotten online before, style over substance. And here's the thing, it did hurt my ego. I would love to say for like 5 minutes, but it was more like for 5 days. And I had to sit with it to understand, first of all, what I was feeling. Then I had to recognize that it was okay to feel the way I was feeling, and that just because these people were on this imaginary pedestal to me at some point, they're not anymore, that I couldn't say anything, that I couldn't voice that I was unhappy. Now, y'all know, if you don't know, I'm personal service industry. I have been for 25 years in the beauty industry. My whole goal is to make sure my clients leave happy, feel happy, and want to come back and do business with me and want to tell everybody they know about me. It is the ethos of who I am. I have a podcast because I want to deliver free fucking value to anybody who listens. This podcast, you don't get paid in the podcast space unless you have brand deals and unless you're selling offers on here. If you listen to 99% of my podcast episodes, they're all value driven. Call me stupid. I don't know. I'm all about pulling back the curtain and reaching back and bringing people forward and creating lanes. But that incident woke something up in me. Yes, it hurt my ego, but it woke something up. And I think that's the important takeaway. And that's why I'm finally ready to record this episode, still under the brand Unscripted. Because what I realized is women don't need more polish. We don't need to look more perfectly aesthetic or aesthetically pleasing. Like an identity crisis, right? We don't need more branding packages. We need presence. We need clarity in our voice. We need to trust ourselves publicly and most of all, privately. When you outsource your power to somebody else thinking they know more than you in certain arenas, you're giving away all of your power. So I share all this because confidence really isn't a prerequisite for visibility. Visibility builds your confidence. When I started this podcast, I was not confident. When I started speaking online, I was not confident until I was. I didn't have brand presence until I built it. And if I had waited to feel ready, if I had waited for someone else to anoint me and to give me permission and to tell me, you are now ready, here are your perfectly curated aesthetic, things. You can go now. Everyone will love you now. I'd still be fucking waiting because I've been so many different iterations. My business has evolved. I've grown. I've learned. I've put myself in so many different rooms, been exposed to so many different conversations. And what I know is you are one of one. I am one of one. The way I teach, the way I speak, the way I interpret things, the way I experience life, right? So I am thankful for this. And I had a very amazing conversation with a very longtime mentor friend of mine who held space for me, who I also hold up on a pedestal because she has been beat down more times than not. She shared some pretty shitty investments she made over the last, 15 years of her entrepreneurship career and how they've paid her dividends. And that, yeah, money stings a little bit when you thought you were going to get something for what you were investing in. But what you learn often in hindsight is the lessons of how you want to treat people and what you're here to do and the value you bring. And I really fucking remembered who the hell I am. So I'm coming back swinging, hence the tone, hence that. And I got angry in a productive way. And this is why so many people, I think, who have like shitty childhoods or have gone through massive adversity are the fighters. Y'all are the fucking fighters. And some days I wish I had it harder so that I had more grit left. I think I fought so hard early in my career in the beauty industry to prove that I could make a serious career out of an industry I was told was only for stupid people. 25 years ago, going to beauty school was what dumb people did because you couldn't figure out what else to do with your life. And once I had proven that theory wrong after 10 years, I sat in that for another 5 or 6 years before I finally decided I was worthy enough to invest in myself. So this is where I'm here to call you up and call you out. So let's talk about the fact that it's about to be the end of the year, because some of you are already in that January will be my fresh start fantasy. I love you, but no. I love you, but no. January isn't a restart for most people. You know what it is? It's a repeat. It's a fucking repeat. January does not give you clarity. I'm sorry. Action gives you clarity. Visibility, like I said, gives you courage. Doing the thing in real time builds the woman that you and me keep journaling about. Let me repeat that, because after speaking at several different events the last couple of months and putting myself out there in ways I never had before in person, let me tell you, doing the things in real time builds the woman that I know you keep journaling about, thinking about, dreaming about becoming. So this is where we're going next here. I want you to feel like you're with me. And I want to know if you felt any of what I've said in any part of your body, like in your stomach or your chest tightening a little bit, or your throat chakra of like, oh my God, there's so much I want to say. Oh my gosh, something like that has happened to me before. Or holy shit, what is she talking about? I want to know more. This has brought me to the point of everything I've ever built before, my one-to-one high ticket offerings, my masterminds, my in-person VIP days that I've hosted at Creative House, my community that I built with the Entrepreneur Success Series. I've learned that most of us want to be seen and we want to get paid. So I'm officially opening my 4-month private mentorship called Seen and Paid. I know, simple, right? This is not about fixing your bio on your Instagram or posting more reels, though we will be doing some of that. This is about who you are when you show up. This is going to be about building presence, authority, consistency, and your voice. It's going to be about becoming the woman who walks into 2026 already in motion. Already in motion. Not stretching and warming up while everyone else is sprinting. Let me paint the gap for you, okay? Because I have been here too many times to count. And this is why I feel so uber passionate about this container right now. This might be where you're at. You have ideas. You just don't execute. You're posting, then you're deleting because you're scared. You don't sound ready. You know you're talented, but your online presence doesn't fully reflect it yet. You're watching other women rise thinking, I could do that. I should be doing that. This is where you're going to be in 4 months after we work together. People will be repeating your words. Your ideas will finally have life, not just taking up space in your notes app, or maybe you're using Notion like the smart girls. Your content will finally land with the right people because it's going to be rooted in your identity, not in the insecurities of what you think people expect from you. You'll finally be getting those DMs, opportunities, introductions. Let me tell you, they will come. You'll finally feel solid in your voice, grounded in who you are, and certain about how you show up. But most importantly, you won't feel like you're trying to become her. You'll already be showing up as her. No permission. No waiting for January. No sitting on the edge of the pool talking about how great the water will feel. Bitches, we're getting in. We are getting in the motherfucking water. And because I'm a visibility girly to my core, if you pay in full, you are getting a real life arrival moment. Okay? Are you ready for this? A brand photo shoot here with me in San Diego at Creative House. A feature on this podcast right here so your voice is heard. And a personal intro to at least 10 shows, podcast shows, so you can start stacking visibility and credibility immediately. Not someday, now. If this is hitting you and you're listening and like, holy shit, okay, I have been asleep at the wheel. I want in this. Just DM me the word ready on Instagram. I'm not doing calls. I'm not convincing you or trying to chase you down. If you know, you know. If you've been a longtime listener of this show, I love you. But you get to choose how 2026 is going to feel. Not on January 1st, right now. Right now. Momentum is not seasonal. Leadership is not seasonal. Visibility is most definitely not seasonal. You can wait for the year to change, or you can decide you're going to change now. If you're ready to actually be seen and not talk about wanting to be seen, DM me the word ready, and let's fucking go.
Giving back is easy. Leave Unscripted your 5-star rating and written review. I appreciate your support more than I could ever put into words.